Okay, so we're on to part 2 of the final review. So number 11, we want to write it in arithmetic sequence. You can put in the slope-intercept form, and then m is your slope, and y is your y-intercept, x is like your term, and y is your number. So you can put it in you can put this pattern into the slope-intercept form and find the 17th number. Or you can say this first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And there's your 17th number. I'm going to use the formula. So I can see how the numbers are moving by 3. So that means the slope has to be equal to 3. So I know that the first number is 2, and the second number is 5, and the third number is 8, and the fourth number is 11, and so on. So we're looking for the 17th number. So what is y when x is 17? Well, you notice how you go forward, it's adding 3, but you go backward, it's minus 3. So the 0 number would be minus 3 from 1. 1 minus 3 is like negative 2. So now if you add 3 to this, oh no, wait a minute. It's 2 minus 3, that's negative 1. My bad. So looks like the y-intercept is negative 1. You add 3 to that, you get 2. Add 3 to it, you get 5. Add 3 to it, you get 8. So anyway, the pattern is right. So now we know the equation is y is equal to 3x minus 1. There's your function. So you can write your function as f of x is equal to 3x minus 1. So if we're looking for the 17th number, f of 17 is going to be 3 times 17 minus 1. 3 times 37, 3 times 17 is, I think that's 51. So we have 51 minus 1, so the 50th term is 50. So that's the number that goes right in here. The 50th number, no, the 17th number is 50. So we have 17 comma 50. The 17th number is 50. The 17th number is 50. The 17th number is 50. Alright, let's move on to number 12. Writing linear functions. There's 3 different ways. The first way is to use the point slope form. That's when you are given a point and you're given a slope. And it is written in y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. The slope-intercept form, you need an m for the slope, and your b is your y-intercept, and that's written as y prime x plus b. That's the slope-intercept form. And then the third way is the standard form, and standard form is ax plus by equals c. And the way to recognize it is that the x and the y has to be on the left. All the a, b, c have to be integers, and the a has to be a positive number. It has to be greater than 0. Okay, so that's the view of writing linear functions. Now they want to know which function can be used to generate the table of values below. You know, if x is negative 4, y has to be negative 12. X is negative 1, y has to be negative 3. If x is 3, y is 9. If x is 7, y is 21. So you can make a table for this, and 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 then see which one matches. But it might be easier to just check out, you know, what if x is 3, then y has to be 9. So if you let x be 3 in here, 2 times 3 is like 6 plus 5. I think that's 11. That's not 9, so it's not that one. So you can put 3 for x. 3 times 3 is 9. So it seems legit for this one. But it could be the other, so let's check the other. So this one is 3 minus, no, 3 divide 3. 3x, x divide 3, 3 divide 3, that's 1, that's not 9, that's not this one. And then if x is 3, 3 minus 4 is negative 1, it's not 9, so it looks like it is this one. So if x is negative 4 times 3 is negative 12, x is negative 1 times 3 is negative 3, x is 3 times 3 is 9, and x times 3 times 7 is 21. So all legit for B. So just plug and play. Alright, number 13. And then number 13, what does it say? Graphing standard form equations. Okay, so to find the x-intercept, you can let the y equal to 0, and then you can solve for x, and that's your x-intercept. And to find the y-intercept, you let x equal to 0, and you solve for y. So we are trying to graph 2x minus y is equal to 4. To find the x-intercept, let the y equal to 0, 2 minus 0 is equal to 4. You can solve for x from here. It looks like 2x is equal to 4 and x is equal to 2. So there's your x-intercept. And then to find the y-intercept, the x equal to 0. So 2x minus y is equal to 4. 2x minus y is equal to 4. We're solving for the y-intercept. Let x equal to 0. 2 times 0 minus y is equal to 4. So that 0 minus y is equal to 4. So negative y is equal to 4. If you multiply everything by negative 1, you have y is equal to negative 4. So y is negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So there it is. To graph it, you just need to draw the line. So get your student ID card. And there we go. It looks like you can see that this function has a slope of 2. So you can say its y is equal to 2x. The slope is 2 minus 4, because that's the y-intercept. So this over here is standard form, and this over here is slope-intercept form. Alright, let's move on to the next problem. We're now at number 14. So how do we do 14? Oh, find the x and the y-intercept. So it's just like the previous problem, except this time, instead of, to find the x-intercept, instead of letting the y equal to 0, we're just going to do the cover-up, because that's gone right there. So the y-intercept, that's gone, so 3x equal to 15. So it looks like the x-intercept, the y is 0. So the x is 5. 3 times 5 is 15. There you go. Super easy. And then to find the y-intercept, you can let the x equal to 0. So there's your x, you cover that up. And 5, y is equal to 15, divided by 5, y is equal to 3. There we go. Even faster. It's a cover up here. Okay, same over here. To find the x-intercept, let the y equal to 0. Let the y equal to 0, 2x equal to 12, divide both sides by 2, x equal to 6. And then to find the y-intercept, you just let x equal to 0, you solve for y. Let x equal to 0, that's gone. Now this is not nice, because you divide both sides by 7, 12 over 7 is not nice. So what? 12 over 7, there's your intercept. And it's already reduced, so you can leave it like that. Alright, number 15. Number 15, writing equations of a line given a point and a slope. So let's say that they give you a point, x1, y1, and they give you the slope, that's the m. So first you might want to put in slope, point slope form. Now in case you don't remember, that's y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. And then you put in slope intercept form. That is y is equal to mx plus b. And then finally you put it in standard form. That's ax plus by is equal to c. Alright, let's do this. Write an equation of a line with a slope of 4 and the point of 9, 2. Well, this is easy. It's going to be y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So it's going to be y minus, that's the y, that's 2. There's your slope. Then it's x minus the x, and that's 9. There you go. And this is point slope form. Now it's just put in standard form, so before we do that we have to put in the slope intercept point. So distribute the slope. So y minus 2 is equal to 4 times x minus 4 times 9. Okay, and then you can add 2 to both sides. You make y is equal to 4x minus add 2 to both sides. That's 34. So now this here is slope intercept form. So to put it in standard form, the x and the y have to be on the left. So minus 4x to both sides. Minus 4x plus 5 is equal to negative 34. So x and the y on the left, okay, all integers, that's legit. And the a has to be a positive. So if you multiply 2 by negative 1, you end up with positive 4x. Negative 1 is equal to positive 3. So this is how we do, what is that called, standard form. Okay, let's move to 16. Write an equation giving 2 points. So here is point 1, here is point 2. You need to find the slope. So I have an equation for the slope. It's y minus y over x minus x. If you start with y1 minus y2, then it's x1 minus x2, and it's reversing this one. Either way, it's all legit. So it says write a point slope equation with the line that goes to this point. So I need to find the slope. So how about 19? Let's go 19 minus 7, nice and pretty. And then that means negative 1 minus 5. So that's 12 over negative 6, or negative 2. Okay. So now if we use the point 5, 7, then the point slope equation would be y minus 7 is equal to 2 times x minus 5. There we go. And if you were to use the point negative 119, then your point slope form would be y minus 19 is equal to 2 times x minus negative 1, or x plus 1. There we go. Both legit. Alright, let's move on to number 17. Parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Okay, so here's the deal. Parallel lines have slopes that are the same. Perpendicular lines have slopes that are opposite and reciprocal. So in this problem, it says find the slope of the given line, that's this given line right here, and then find the slope of the parallel line, and then find the slope of the perpendicular line. So we have 4x plus 8y is equal to negative 11. I don't know the slope by just looking at it, so I have to put it in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to start out by minus 4x to both sides. And then I'm going to divide 3 by the 8. So you can see that the slope is negative 4 over 8, or negative 1 over 2. So the given slope is negative 1 over 2. The line that's parallel to it, of course, is the same, because they're parallel. But the perpendicular slope, that's just going to be positive 2 over 1, or positive 2, because they're opposite reciprocal. Alright, let's go on to 18. So let's do 18. What does it say here? Solving systems by elimination. So there are some steps you have to know. You have to get the coefficients to be opposite of each other. The coefficient, that's the number before the variable. And then you add the two equations. One variable will disappear. They disappear because they're the opposite numbers. So 5 minus 5, that's 0. So the x will disappear, and then you just solve for the y. And then once you do that, then you back substitute to solve for the x, the other variable. So let's try this one. You can see when you add the two equations together, the x will go away, and then you end up with 5y is equal to 25. Then you can see that y is equal to 5. And then to solve for x, you either plug in the top equation or bottom equation. It don't matter, it gives you the same answer. I choose the top one because I think it's keeping. Alright, so I let y equal to 5. I substitute in here 5x plus 10 is equal to 10 minus 5 to both sides. 5x equal to 0. X is equal to 0. So our solution is 0, comma 5. That's where these two lines intersect at the corner of 0 and 5. Okay, and then for this one, you can see if you add the two equations together, the y disappears. Very little work to do. And you end up with 5x is equal to like it's 40. And then divide both sides by 5, x is equal to 8. And then plug it in, I like the bottom equation. So it's 2x over 2 times 8 plus 6y is equal to 16. That's 16 plus 6y is equal to 16. Minus 16 to both sides, 6y is equal to 0. So divide both sides by 6, y is equal to 0. So your solution, the intersection of the lines is 8, comma 0. That's where the two lines meet. Alright, let's try number 19. This is a coin system. Now, it says Sean has 12 nickels and dimes in his pocket. So, not 12 nickels and dimes. Not 12 dimes. The combination of nickels and dimes has 12 coins. And the total value is about 60. So how do we work out how many nickels? So we have two unknowns. We have the first unknown, which is n, the amount of nickels, the number of nickels. Q, the number of quarters. And then the first equation, n plus q. This is the number of nickels. This is the number of quarters. So that's how many coins they have. And they have 12 coins. So that's equal to 12. The second equation is 5 cents times the amount of nickels. That's how much money you have in nickels. And 25 cents times the number of quarters. That's how much you have in quarters. So the total money they have is about 60. So you can solve for this equation by substitution or by elimination. It's all good. We're trying to find the amount of nickels, so we're going to try to get rid of the q. So to get rid of the q, I need this to have a coefficient of negative 0.25. So I'm going to multiply in here and in here and in here. So the new and improved equation 1 is going to be negative 0.25n minus 0.25q is equal to minus 3. And then you add it to equation 2, which is 0.05 and plus 0.25q, and it's equal to 1.60. So what goes away? The q goes away. And you're left with negative 0.2 n, and that's equal to like $1.40. So if we divide both sides by negative 0.2, and is equal to, what is that, 7. 7. So I think that means you have 7 nickels. So if you want to solve for the amount of quarters, you can use, the n plus q is equal to 12. And n is your 7. So 7 plus q is equal to 12. From there, you can kind of know that q is equal to 5. So 7 plus 5 is 12. You just minus both sides by 7. But the answer that we're looking for is this 7. Alright, let's do one more and then we take a little break. So number 20. So we're going to graph an inequality. This is written in standard form. And to graph it, I really should put it in slope-intercept form. So that means I have to get the y by itself. So I'm going to start by minus the 5x to both sides. And I have 2y is greater than or equal to minus 5x plus 10. And then divide through by negative 2. Now, you may remember from the previous video that if we divide by a negative number, the direction equality changes. Alright, and then minus 5. So here's our equation. Now, to graph it, you need to know these 4 things over here. If it doesn't have an equal to sign, it's going to be dotted. If it has an equal to sign at the bottom, it's going to be solid lines. If it's greater than or greater than or equal to, then we're going to shade above the line. But if it's less than or equal to, then we're going to shade below the line. So to graph this, we start at the y-intercept of -5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. And the slope is 5 over 2. So we go up 5, 2 to the right, up 5, 2 to the right. Now this has a line. It's less than or equal to, but equal to, that means we can make it a totally solid line. And then it's less than, so that means it's off points that's below this line. So here are our set of points that is solution to the system. So if it's on the line, it's a solution. If it's in the shaded area, it's a system. If it's out on this side, no good. Alright, that's number 20. I think we're halfway done with the video. So we'll take a break and we'll come back to it.